to Africa. All right, early in the morning here in Tanzania. We are here. I'm gonna walk on down here to, won't get no rain. Yeah, we gonna walk here in the morning time. And habari asubuhi. The look, y'all see that right there, boy? I'm using that Swahili. Habari asubuhi. Yeah. So anyway, gonna go down here. Check to see this bank is open. I know I'm gonna fall into some dead spots. But talk about this morning treatments. How Africa is treating us, us African diasporans. Morning, morning, morning. So, what time is it here? It's about 8 o'clock. 8 something. 8:15 or something, whatever your time is. At past the hour, it's 8 something here, I think. I never look at the time when I go on. I don't know why. But, you know, family, when we talk about treatments and stuff, when we talk about treatments, how people treat you and stuff, you know, you always find your good, your bad, and indifferent. And a lot that hits my mind when I have all my memories, and it's been good, it's been bad, and been indifferent, and how people has treated me, or respected, or disrespected. That's just life. It goes hand in hand. And in my experience, for the last 4 years, coming back to Africa. What's up, One Africa? My experience coming back and forth to Africa has been such that you got your good, your bad, you're indifferent. But I'm gonna say, hey, bro. Hey, hey. They always calling me Rastaman. Let me around so y'all kind of fit. By the kind of morning, it's 8 here in the morning. But you can see there again, Tanzania is a little live out here. There's no masks. There's no COVID. God has answered their prayers. And I'm going to ride on that one there. Most definitely. So, but we'll wait for a few more people to come in, but treatments. Good morning, morning. Our treatment this morning. I was asked this morning by one of the young ladies there in the hotel about how is America. And, you know, the Africans here are really interested in us. We're strangers, we're foreigners, we're unusual to them. They're trying to, you know, understand that we were, you know, part of the slave trade, and now, you know, they're seeing maybe one or two of us coming back, and they're trying to figure it out. And so, excuse me, let me make sure I know where I'm headed, because I keep forgetting the opposite, the traffic opposite. I wind up getting hit in the rear. But Africans are really, our brothers and sisters here, are really interested in us and trying to figure us out. But they're also interested in America. They're really interested in, you know, who we are, how we are, you know, and how America is. And so the young lady asked me in the hotel, it's like, you know, she wanted to know about America. And most do. Nighttime in Ohio, I know. Yeah, it's probably what, midnight, past midnight, going on 1. I just got off the phone with my wife about an hour ago. And let me say this right here. We are foreigners. In other words, if you look up the definition, foreigner, it means unusual, unfamiliar, or stranger. We're strange to the average African. We're strange, and they think that we all got this big buku money. They think life is better and opportunities are better. They think that you know, they know they always saying that, you know, it's expensive over there. It's expensive. But as far as the genuality of receiving us, I'm gonna say that most Africans here are just are loving folks. That's who we are, really, a loving folks. But then there again, too, yes, I'm still in Tanzania. I'll be here for a minute, meaning that I get my apartment today. So I'm signing a 6-month lease. So we know at least 6 months. I ain't gonna say I don't have to be here 6 months, but to secure a place and all that there, I'll be here about 6 months. But think about this right here, family. Most of the treatment that you get treated from most Africans, because you're unusual, you're looked at as a foreigner, you get treated with a lot of respect. Actually, most Africans, in my experience, in the countries I've been to, they're gonna go above and beyond for you. And what I mean by that, well, we do know when we talk about business, you're looked at as a business opportunity. I don't care who you are. And let me say this right here to the men and the women. You better keep that in mind when you come to Africa. You will always be a business opportunity when you open your mouth. And for y'all that think that Stella got her groove back exists in love, you best beware on that as well. What I mean by that? Not every relationship and marriage was built off of so-called love, whatever that word is. So much definitions, everybody got their own definition. But you know and I know that you probably connected with your spouse, the one you're dating, whatever, for what they got, how they look, what they have accomplished, and it had nothing to do with a genuine spirit connection. You know, I know that you know that that is the case in most cases when it comes to relationships. Either he had it going on, had this nice job, rode this car, have money, had this house. He looks good, she looks good, she's pretty, she's beautiful, he's handsome. These different things that we really take a lot of take in consideration when connecting with somebody. Is what their accomplishments are. That's just being real. Well, you come here to Africa, people draw to you. People draw to you. And I'm saying that the treatment here is you have an awesome experience here being treated better probably than in America because you are a foreigner. You are a stranger. You are unfamiliar. So that treatment is very special. When you're looked at in a different light than in America, when you're looked at, you know, okay, who's this person here? You know, you're gonna get judged by your skin color. You're gonna get judged by your hair. You know, you walk up into some business office or some you know, interview, or trying to get an apartment, trying to get a loan. You are going to be judged. Here, you're judged differently. You're judged differently. You judge like you on top. You're judged with credibility because of living in America. Does that happen everywhere? Yeah, we're talking about Africa. We're not talking about everywhere, okay? Read the title. Read the title. Africans. Africans. You're judged as money back. You better believe it. And like I said, you know, for those who are, but that's a benefit. You could be broke as a joke coming to Africa, and you know what? You're gonna be treated like you a star. So that's an edge for some people. That's an edge up. When you are now judged, and it might be wrongfully judged, because you can judge rightfully. But yes, I'm talking about the advantage we have. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, these are the benefits we have. These are the benefits when you come to this country. There is a benefit and there's not a benefit. The one benefit is that, you know, let me say, when you talk about those people who play in the sports and the movie stars and all that right there, we know those relationships they get in are superficial because, you know, people looking at your money and your wallet and all the stuff that you got. You're looked at the same here. You are looked at the same, that you are an opportunity for somebody to make money, business, buy food, buy clothing, buy whatever, you know, you're looked at that. But the other side of that is too, that in relationships, you best be careful, because I can guarantee you majority, I can't say all, majority of those relationships are stemming because you got money, or the assumption that you got money. I'm seeing these cats around here. Yes, I see some of the older cats with these young women, brothers, I'm Africans, or even brothers from America, Canada, Europe, Diaspora, wherever. You know, you ain't, you know, like, you got to come with something to the table when you're in America, right? If you're going to hook up with somebody, right? Typically, I don't know, it's changed probably over the years. But typically you're going to come to the table with something. Here, what you're coming with is an opportunity for a green card. That's just being real. You don't need no game over here in Africa when hooking up with a woman or a man. Your green card is that you are a foreigner. That is your green card. That's their green card. Not all. I'm not going to say that. I'm not saying all. What I'm saying is the fact that the treatment is awesome. You know? And whether or not it's because of business, you are business opportunity or whatever, hey, if I can get treated better than where I'm being treated from the country that you might come from, what have you, what does it matter? As long as I'm wise enough to know, you know, hey, I have to know that I am being looked upon as a foreigner, I'm looked upon as a stranger, what have you, and that I might have the money, so people who connect with you sometimes might latch on because you're just an opportunity. But in saying that, man, it's a genuine love here. It's a genuine love by the Tanzanians, genuine love by the Kenyans, Rwandans, and the Ghanaians and all that. There's a genuine love. And it doesn't surprise me because this is how we really are supposed to be. And when I see that people, you know, who are just friendly here, and I see how uptight we are in America with each other, how we can, you know, second guess and wonder if somebody's trying to take advantage of us, or if we're trying to, you know, wonder if somebody's trying to set you up, wonder if somebody's, you know, out to get you. Typically here, you're just gonna find those who's gonna welcome you in. I am in Tanzania in Dar es Salaam. That's where I am. Yes. So the lady was asking about America, and like I shared with one of my other videos, most people do not think that there is homelessness in America, people struggling in America, jobless in America. That's one of the top 3 things I think people ask me is jobs hard to find in America? Does everybody have a job in America? That's what most of they say. Does everybody have a job in America? That's what most people ask. Then they'll ask, like, is America expensive? And like the young woman asked me today, is that, can you own land or own a house in America? So typically the top questions that they are curious about. And when I share with them, like, you know, not everybody is like what they see on TV, and that not everybody owns houses or land. But you'll find that there is a large majority of Africans who have their hands on land. You find that there are a lot of Africans who own and have their hands in land, with family land and stuff like that. You're gonna find that there is a lot of Africans who have houses that they have built. You'll find that in Africa. You're gonna find that if you talk to a lot of Africans, most of them are having houses, they're building their houses. The young lady, 25 years old, she said she's starting to build her house next year. She's probably watching the video too. Next year, 25 years old, has land, gonna build her house, works over in a hotel. And so the treatment that you receive here is at a next level. But there are pros and cons with it though. But the treatment, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. You know, I'm a talkative type of guy, and I like to get in conversations of just, you know, exploring the minds. My conversations, when I talk to people, turn into people asking me a lot of questions. They're really amazed at just a different way of thinking. And I appreciate that. I'm very appreciative, because I have had people who has businesses pick my brain about business ideas. Shout out to Mare over in Kenya. He took my business idea and he said, man, it's great. It's working. He was in a hard place because of the COVID. He owns a restaurant. And I gave him some ideas and he did it. And he came and he said, man, it's working, man. Man, I had more people than I have had, man, in so long. I said, you're welcome, brother. That's all right, man. That's what we're supposed to do. Shout out to my sister over there who has a restaurant and took my idea as well. She did something different. All these people walking by, and I'm saying, how are you getting this money? All these people walking by, do they know you here? What are you doing differently than the next restaurant? And I gave her some ideas. So she went to buy fruit and just give us like a small slice of fruit just to cleanse the palate after eating, as a gesture of thank you for coming to my restaurant. They looking for new ideas too, which we can learn from their ideas. Because the ingenuity of using something that when something breaks and we go throw it away and we go buy something new, nah, not here. Nothing go to waste. They know how to finagle something up and put it together and get that joker back running. So we both can learn from each other, because we spend a lot of money on new items and throwing away stuff that really, it costs pennies here to get fixed. We'll take a TV, you can get a 60-inch TV for 200 and something bucks. If that joker go out, they tell you it's gonna cost you more to fix it than what it'd be to go buy a brand new one. Here, it's cheaper to fix it than to go buy a brand new one. So it's flopped. It's different on a different side than where we are. So the mentality and the way of thinking is different. Where I think that's where we come in, because you in the diaspora have no excuse, because we have a total different mindset of how to approach different things, problem solving, business, living, which makes it an advantage. A total different mindset, where it takes a lot of money to get businesses started in America. It takes little to start a business here. So the money that we have, that appears to be so much to them, we can start businesses. 5,000. When I say, can you start a business with 5,000? You know how many people I've done ask that? $5,000. 5,000? Yes, you can start. $5,000 a lot to some of these African countries. I asked the guy here, these little what do they call them? You see the little taxis there, right there. I'm not sure if there's a bodas. I think bodas are the motorcycles. But anyways, I asked the guy, how much does these cost? He said, these cost $4,000. Now you come with $15,000, buy 4 of those, $16,000, and rent them to drivers who will pay you almost $250 a month to rent it. You have your money back in what, 2 years, and then you start banking on the profit. The motorcycles cost $1,000. $1,000 you could buy a motorcycle, rent it out to a driver. Of course, putting insurance on it. You buy 10 of those motorcycles, put these drivers on them, right? Required they got the driver license, making sure that they paying your money up front to get started. $250 a month, which to me is the better investment. You make a killing. So all I'm saying is that people are stretching my mind or picking on my brain and just the way I'm thinking, and they are amazed. I'm gonna tell you, most Africans that I have had conversations with, they're humble, number one. Number two, they're game to listen. Just in having conversations, I have people ask me, can I get your number? Because there are people who are trying to get their way out of a bad situation or trying to climb a ladder. There are people out here who are just trying to find that niche. There are people here who working 9 to 5 is not making $250, $300 a month. And if we tie in with them, with the money we bring, and say, let's do a business venture together. You got the inside on the market when it comes to living here. speaking the fluent language. I got the resources of the money and some different business tactics and ideas. That's a win-win situation. That's a win-win situation. But what I got to do for you all, I'm going to do a small business venture so that I can videotape and show y'all this is how it goes. And I'm probably going to start with $5,000, something small, and then start to report what it's bringing in. Because sometimes, you know, going off what people tell you is a total different story than doing it. So, yeah, I wanted to share that with you this morning on just the love that, you know, is given and how you're perceived. Not how you perceived. You have the bigger, greater benefit being looked on as a foreigner here in the treatment than you do in America. Go Black, I like the in-town delivery idea. Didn't know they will pay $200 rent on motorcycles. Yeah, that's what I was told. Somewhere's around there. And every country's different. I met a brother who has those little scooter things. I forget the name of them. That, you know, the bodas or what have you. He invested, I think it's 7 or 8 of them. He's from America. Yeah. Yeah, you know, in life, we know there's negative people. We know there's good people. We know there's people out there who's going to rob from you, steal from you, going to take advantage of you, lie to you, all that right there. That's just the world. That's just human race. That's just how it is. And I find that here in Africa, I'm going to say that for another video. I found out why some Africans behave certain ways that we would say they're lying, or they're not being forthright, or they just give you the answer what they want to give you. We're going to have another talk on that right there, but tuk. There we go. All right. Thanks a lot. Go taste and see. Yeah. George Abek, thank you very much for your giving. Yes, starting small business process in Tanzania video, please. Yes, I'm going to do that because, you know, let me say this to y'all, family. I have tried many modalities of different models, if you will, because whether it's with my health, trying different herbs, trying different, I had, you know, tried being a vegan. I had went through abstinence from different things of life. I have went on journeys and searched things out for myself because I just, it's hard for me to go off what people tell me because everybody is different in their own way and people handle things differently. And what I find out what works for some people or fail for some people does not mean it's going to do the same for you. So, yes, business ventures, opportunities are here at a smaller scale, but we're going to find out, is it a big return? But even then, because it's all relative, people in the Western world, our brothers and sisters, we are so afraid of leaving to start over and to release what you think is a lot to come here to make a little. I told the woman today, it's all relative because she wanted to know the expense and all that. Is expensive over in America, you know, but you can make a lot of money in America. I said, it's all relative. Think about it. Just because they make $300 a month here, what we think is, oh my God, I can't survive off of that. Yes, you can. They doing it, why can't you? Now, we may have a different lifestyle, but people are living in their own houses, paying for the utilities, buying food off of $300 a month. Now, because we have different accommodations that we may be used to, you might bump that up another now $500 a month. I'll show you my apartment that I'm renting. I got to check in there. I'll check in there by 11 o'clock. But showing you all the pictures of brothers and sisters and them out and about. $500 I'm spending a month. And when I was sharing with a couple of Africans $500 a month, they were like, "Why are you spending so much money?" They say that's expensive. Mr. Pirate Brain, hey, thanks a lot for your giving, brother. Can Black Americans buy homes or land in Tanzania? That's where I got to check and see, because I am hearing two different sides of the story. I'm told that you can't own, per se, land here. You have to connect with a local to be able on that to do on that venture. If it's business or land. The other side I'm hearing, there's two areas that are in Zanzibar that you can't own property without connecting with a local. I've already spoken to the woman. I'm gonna do a video on that when I go over to Zanzibar. And there's two. Check out the video that I have about Zanzibar, and I talk about that. But anyway, we have to get out of the mindset of the money. You know, we're so afraid, like, oh my gosh, if I go start a business and I'm only bringing $500 a month on business, what is that going to do for me? That can get you a long way here in Africa. Food is cheap. Now, if you want to go hang out there in downtown expensive areas over by the beach and you want to live over there, look, they were showing me places that were $1,100 a month, $1,500 a month. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to, I'm in Africa. Look, I know there are places that are conducive to just like this here, what I'm used to living, that can get for cheaper. If you want to live status quo or live high on the hog, or you want to impress other people, they got places here for you if you want to spend that. But if you want a place, I'm talking about clean. Look, when it comes to clean, I cannot be laying my head in some dirty, filthy place. It's just not going to happen for me. I have, but I'm not paying for it. And so you got all levels of living, just like America. People keep asking me, how much does it cost in Africa? Can you live off of this? How much is the rent? It's just like America. You can find the cheapest all the way up as much as you want to spend. The question of it is how do you want to live? Well, you know, I'm having a different thought about owning land, because that's the hot topic, owning land. How many of y'all own, for those who are in the diaspora, I want to see how many of you all own your house. Now, before you go ahead and type real quick, when I say own, I'm talking about you don't have a mortgage. Your house is paid for in full. And lastly, you don't pay taxes on the property. How many of y'all own your house outright without a mortgage and you don't pay taxes on the property? And if somebody come up here and say that they're in the diaspora, in America, in the UK, or in Europe, in Canada, and you saying you own your land without paying taxes, or your house that's on it is paid off, I want to know where you live. You paying taxes is nothing but a lease. Let's just put it like that. You're paying a lease on your land when you pay taxes. So you got to rethink the mindset. Think the mindset. Now, the taxes may be low, or your taxes might be high, but you still leasing land. You just gotta flip the script. Your property you paying property tax on, you're still leasing. And guess what? It's never gonna go away. And guess what? It's gonna continue to rise. And guess what? If your children, who are you gonna pass that on to, don't have the means of paying the taxes, all your hard work goes down the drain. The government sells it off to somebody else to enjoy. Now tell me, do you really have the focus of wanting to own land? Many people want to own land, look, and can't even take care of it. Why own 5 acres, 10 acres, 100 acres, and you doing nothing with those acres? And you paying taxes on it? Mercy and grace, thank you very much for your giving. I appreciate it. Most definitely. Think about this. I love when the people, when people start to give, I'm like, okay, so I'm hitting on something because, you know, there's people out here on YouTube are charging people for this information. There's people out here that you gotta join their groups, become members for this information. And I'm giving it away. Bam. Buy my book. So what I'm saying is we gotta rethink this whole mindset of really what you're talking about when you want to own land. Because everybody talking about it, coming here, okay, yeah, build your house if you so choose. You know, if that's what you want to do. If you want to own land, own land. You want to do business on it, do business on it. Because I'm here to tell you right here, because I'm into real estate, I've been into big time investments and stuff like that. Let me share with you right here. If you own your house, or you're renting a house, or you got a mortgage on the house, you are not making money from it. If you own your house and you turn around and rent it out, you're making money on your house. Now you gotta do the mathematical equation to figure out, is it beneficial to buy a house or rent a house? More than likely, depending on the state that you live in, it's better to rent than to own. Now somebody will say, what are you talking about? What you mean? Because if you're paying a mortgage, people think owning a house is when you're paying a mortgage. No, do you know what a mortgage means? Mortgage means debt. Look the word mortgage up. You don't own your house when you're paying a mortgage. Matter of fact, having a mortgage on a house, think about it. You buy your house for, let's just, for example, $100,000. You put a 30-year mortgage on it. How much is that house gonna be when you finish paying it off? $215,000 that you paid for that house? Now we gotta keep in some this math that people don't do. Number one, anytime you're gonna think about the profits you're making, you better look at all the expenses that are coming out. For instance, people say, I bought a house, my mortgage is $1,000 a month, all right? You bought the house for $100,000. Mercy and grace, thank you for your gracious and your heart of giving. I appreciate that. Think about this, family. You buy a house for $100,000. You're paying taxes on that house. Let's say you sold that house 5 years later and you sold it for $150,000. Most people say, I made a profit of $50,000. No, you didn't. Let me move here. If it's buffering, sometimes y'all buffering might be on your end. You say that you made $50,000 in profit. No, you didn't. You have to subtract the taxes that you were paying on that house Any type of upgrades that you cannot get back in return. Upkeep of your lawns, fixing repairs. All those are expenses that you have to also subtract. Homeowner associations. Okay, no, thanks, Giselle. This is business. Because everybody keep talking about that. Everybody keeps talking about land. I need to get some land. It's land for sale. Number one, like I said, is hold your horses. Land ain't going nowhere. And the man who owns the land dies, which then the land is left for somebody else to go buy. It's a cycle. But if you got a plan to do something with land, by all means do it. But like I told y'all right here, I'm seeing big houses that lay vacant because somebody over in the Western world bought property, they wind up dying, and the properties sit there. I see big mansions and houses that you can go in, rehab, and they got it for rent. But you got to beautify somebody else's property. So the whole thing of this getting a piece or taste of Africa, you got to rethink the way you're thinking. It ain't about just owning land. You know, and I know, majority of people coming over here are just trying to live. You know, and I know, the majority of people coming over here are renting. So, yeah, if you want to buy land, do your homework and research and find out. And this is where I'm just trying to share with you all, you know, this is just my take. This is just from my experience. This is from what I see. You got a lot of people who got say-so who are sitting outside of Africa. My feet are on the ground. It seemed like that there are more people out here. There are more people out here who got say-so and all the opinions in the world, but they ain't even here on the ground. But as I get information, family, I'm gonna take it and bring it to you. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, all right? So, with that, this is your man, not your boy. I'll be coming back at you because I put a lot of money on minutes here, and that's from you all who's giving. You know, hey, I got to do these videos and all that right there. So I appreciate those who have financially gave, because money's going towards whether it's help others or I'll talk with y'all just shortly.